Are you sick of me talking about Castlevania yet? That's too bad, because Castlevania lives on through the Bloodstained series, and this is the second 8-bit inspired adventure in the Curse of the Moon series. Does it live up to the long and storied legacy that is Castlevania? Is this enjoyable to play as Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1? Let's find out. Now, if you're here, I assume you love Castlevania games as old, almost as much as I do. The trilogy on the NES are some of my favorite games on the platform, up there with the Mega Man titles and Super Mario titles. Sadly, Konami has been hard pressed to make another Retroidvania, choosing to keep the series on a Metroidvania path ever since Symphony of the Night. Granted, they haven't really made one of those since Order of Ecclesia back in 2008. Enter Inti Creates, who, funnily enough, brought back Mega Man from the dead with Mega Man 9. They made Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1 in 2018, and if you want to hear my thoughts on that, the video is here. I'll ruin what I said about the first one in that video, so you might want to watch it if you haven't already. Anyway, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 came out almost 5 years ago, on July 10th, 2020. But as usual, I was late to the party. To be fair, it did get shadow dropped. They announced it and released it all within 2 weeks. Curse of the Moon 2 follows a similar structure to Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, where you pick up 3 companions while going through the game's story. We start with the reoccurring Zangetsu, a sword-wielding demon hunter. He is the main character in Curse of the Moon 1, and a villain/playable character in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. In this one, he is joined by Dominique, who can use a spear and jump the highest. She can also heal the party. The rifle band Robert, while he is the slowest and has the least amount of health, he does have the best range and can wall climb. My favorite of the bunch, Hachi, a corgi that has a steampunk mech which he can hover in. It also gives him the ability to walk on certain surfaces, and can be invincible for a time. So the story is about the same as the first game, for the most part, but if you know me, you know I'm not really worried about story in video games. Gameplay is king, and when it comes to Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, it has some of my favorite gameplay. Every time you get a new companion, the following level will be made to show off that character's strengths. The level design in this fashion is extremely top-notch. I really enjoyed the way it shows how you will be using all of your characters throughout the adventure. While I think this game is just as good as the first Curse of the Moon, as far as the gameplay goes anyways, I don't know if I would play it over the first. Something about the first Curse of the Moon just seems so much tighter. Maybe it's just that this one asks you to beat the same 8 stages 4 times to get all the different endings. I can see how that could be exciting for someone who really falls in love with this game, but for me, right now, that sounds fairly annoying. The levels are all great visually, and designed extremely well. However, they can be a bit frustrating at times. The last one specifically I found more frustrating than fun. The bosses are all interesting and different enough. They are challenging, and you'll find yourself swapping characters often throughout the fights. I did find myself brute forcing my way through the last few fights instead of learning their patterns, but that's more of a me thing. The soundtrack is great as well, and has been for all of the games in the Bloodstained series so far, and here are a few of my favorites. Overall, I can see myself playing Curse of the Moon 2 again at some point, because not only do you unlock the 3 companions from the first game, but this game is also 2-player. Co op, especially couch co op, always adds to a game's replayability. I got this game on PS5 on sale for around $6, and while I might love the first Curse of the Moon a little more, this is still an amazing game, and if you have any interest in games like Castlevania, you owe it to yourself to play this one. And also, why I feel like it's a bit bloated. Can you really have too much of a good game? Let me know what you think about this game or the Bloodstained series in general. Crazy to think that it's already a pseudo trilogy. Thank you, as always, for watching. I've been Bunnysmacker. You've been my audience. I will catch you in the next one. Same bunny time, same bunny channel. Alright, see ya.